welcome to JG's Fight Talk, sponsored by Rich's Boxing and Limitless Creations. And with me now, I've got Cam Moran. That is honestly the best name going. I'm not going to lie.
Just rolls, isn't it?
You know, well done to the parents on that one. That's a cool one.
I'll let my dad know.
Yeah, well done, Dad. Yeah, exciting times ahead, mate. You know, got your debut in Brighton on 4th of September, live on Fite TV. No pressure at all, mate. It's going to be a cracker. Great card. I bet you have to be in the mix of it.
Do you know when you normally look at a few people's debuts, they tend to be on these small hall shows or something like that. And I've had a look into the venue and everything like that. The venue's amazing in itself. And then just to get talking about the card that you've got obviously Holly, Ellie, and Nicola with all these title fights. So that's already, to have a debut on that show is massive. And then when I got told it was on Fite TV, like you say, no pressure, I was just like, oh, it's big. It's massive. So yeah, I'm buzzing to be on this card, and I've got to rise to the occasion of it as well.
Yeah, and as I say, mate, by what I've been hearing, you know, I'm not here to embarrass you or put pressure on you, but I've heard really good things, mate. You know,
Thank you.
I've spoken to her. You know, I've been speaking to Nicola. I spoke to Lakey as well at Sportinarium. Said top lad. He's looking brilliant. So yeah, you know, you've got to use that, mate. You've got to use that momentum, use that encouragement, and just go out there and do the best you can. And
100%, yeah.
On a debut, it's not all about knockouts. It's not all about, you know, going out there making a statement. It's going out there, getting the feel for the sport, getting the W, move on, and then get into the route. You know, get into that routine, isn't it? Getting back out the door.
Yeah. Well, I said to Gail the other day after doing the interview with her, I said, I don't want to be one of these fighters that have 2 fights, give it a couple of months or a year of that. I said to her, it's what we're in now. We're in June now. I'd have 3, 4, 5, 6 fights if I could this year. Obviously, I know my debut's in September, but even after September, there's a potential 3 more fights that I'm going to have before the year's out. And in terms of the performance on the night, like you say, it's not about going in there and knocking your opponent out, because what you're learning, I said to Chris, I said, when I was boxing amateur, I used to love going in there, having a tear up and standing in the middle of the ring. But working with Chris for a month now, I've been working nicely on my boxing, on my other stance, switching stances. So I want to go in there and just outclass him. Just, I know it's not going to be an insanely hard fight, but I want to show my boxing skills that I've changed from the amateurs to the pro style now. And I think it will be a beautiful show, 100%.
Yeah. You know, if that moment comes, for you know, to put someone out, doesn't it? You know, but
well, yeah.
But you work towards it, don't you? You don't just go, right, yeah, I'm going to get them out. That's what I'm going to do, because you see a lot these days. Fighters go out, they'll win, say the first 6 or 7, bang, taking them out, round 1, bang, and then you think the next minute they come up against a guy like we were saying just before we came on. You get the Mexican, you get the tough, resilient journeyman that's been around, they've done the work, and you come up against them, it's a different ball game. And then once that game's been taken and you go past that first round and you think, I should have had him out by now, you're not thinking about that game plan, are you? And you're thinking,
exactly, yeah.
What am I going to do? You know,
what do I do now? Yeah.
Yeah. So good amateur pedigree as well. You know, it's good to come through with that good amateur experience, you know, and as you say, you've been working hard with Chris for a month now, and you're doing all the right thing. It's getting the fundamentals, and Chris is very good. He's very good. You know, he's got a great stable of fighters now, which is, you know, he's probably got one of the best stables. You know,
he's up there. He's definitely up there
with the youngsters and the people coming through. He's got some fantastic people hitting the ladder quick as well.
Like I said to you, I put on Twitter the other day, I said I've only been with Chris for a month, and the improvements that I've had are just insane. I mean, all respects to my amateur coach, Isham. I learned everything I know now with him, and I've sparred national champions, East Midlands champions, and that's where I've got the basics from and what I know. But then when I switched from amateur to pro, and I spent that month that I've had in the Xbox ranch, it's just Chris. His knowledge is insane. I felt like when I first got there, he scratched everything back to basics, and he's just built me up and gone through. And like the people I'm training with, the amount that I learn off them daily, we will 100% be one of the biggest teams, if not already are, that in the young groups. We'll be up there 100%.
Yeah, and as I say, exciting times ahead, mate. There's a good buzz around the gym. There's all sorts going on, and you're a part of that. So, you know, I take my hat off to you. As I say, taking a fight like that on a live TV show as well. You know, you're already setting the bar for yourself, and that's the way you've got to do it. You know, if you go in there at that level, and that's where you want to be. Hats off to you, mate. I think you'll do well.
See, I think, again, going back to, like I said, having a debut in a small hall show, don't get me wrong, I think this is a huge step up for me, because I think the most I boxed in front is probably 200 odd people, as you do in the amateurs. But I could have easily took a fight where it was in a small hall show or behind doors or whatever, and just got a little bit of experience. But the way I've always pictured this pro game is that I want to be up there. I want all that recognition, and I want to show off my skills. Then I have to do it. I've got to be on this card.
Yeah.
To live the pro game that I want to have. I've got to be doing these things. And if that means obviously having my pro debut in front of such a big audience, then, well, as you can see by the smile on my face, I'm 100% game to do it.
Yeah, why not, mate? So who at the moment, let's take a step back from Cam for a sec. Who at the moment is sort of the must-see fighter for you? You know, who's that sort of inspiration out there for you? You know, you look at other people's careers, you know, you're coming to the start of yours. You look at other people's careers, who do you sort of look at and think, that's something I'd like to do, or that's someone I like, you know, really like?
Well, I've obviously got my number, as me and Gail spoke highly of, my number one role model within the boxing has always been Anthony Joshua. Just how he holds himself, what he's done, the achievements he's got is just insane. But as a middleweight myself, the one that I'm looking at and I'm like, that is what I want. I think everyone knows that I'm going to say Canelo Alvarez. He's done it all, hasn't he? And he's just amazing. What he's done in the sport is just insane. And I'd love that one day. It'd be amazing.
Yeah, it's scary, isn't it, to think, you know, how much bigger can this guy get as well? Because it's, you know,
I mean, at this rate,
dominating the divisions, isn't he?
He'll be going up to heavyweight and taking on the heavyweights at this point.
Do you know what? Me and my mate were laughing about it. But would it shock you?
No, it really. Do you know when I saw him I saw a video of him and Ruiz just having a little roll around in the gym, and I was like, do you know what? He could go up there, put a bit of weight on, and hang with him.
Yeah.
Probably not Joshua Fury, but if he wanted to go up to the heavyweights and just have a bash about it, he could do it. You couldn't write him off, could you?
It's scary, and you think he's still young enough to be able to
exactly, yeah.
to get in there and do some damage, even if it wasn't getting a world title somewhere. He could get in there and just prove that he's gone to another level again. So yeah,
100%.
Canelo, mate, you can't. It's
unreal.
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But yeah, as you say, Joshua is obviously we're potentially looking at what's coming up next for him as well. Who would you like to see? I know I'd like to see the Usyk fight. I think that, you know, obviously being mandatory as well for it's the WBO, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that'd be a great fight. They're talking about the Andy Ruiz third fight. They're talking about potentially going to America for other fights. So there's, you know, I think it was Luis Ortiz. His name has been thrown in the mix as well. So who would you like to see?
I mean, I definitely want to see the Usyk fight, because again, it's a mandatory, and I don't like seeing people drop belts. And even if it is my favorite fighter, someone to drop a belt and move on to someone else, it doesn't make sense to me, to be fair, because I think you should. And I know you said it before. Why would I Why would I drop something that I've worked so hard to achieve?
And
in my eyes,
it's the undisputed.
Exactly. And if he wants that, then he's got to defend his mandatory. But I think it'll be a good fight. However, like everyone says at the minute, I just don't think he's not big enough, is he? He can box, don't get me wrong, but I just don't think he's big enough, and you don't think he'll withstand any top heavyweight's power, really.
So Cam, I'm putting you on the spot, mate, because I love doing that on this show. AJ Usyk, who wins and how?
I think AJ stops him late, 100%.
I don't think it's even late, mate.
No, I think either way it'll be a stoppage, and I think Usyk will have a couple successful rounds, and Joshua's just too much, isn't he, at times?
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to it, mate. And as we say, quickly we'll chuck this one at you as well. Fury Wilder, the third time. Personally, Wilder lost the last two, in my opinion. I think Fury completely outboxed him in the first one. Obviously, it was a draw. Second one, Fury absolutely battered him. There's no way to describe it otherwise. Third fight, do we just see another battering, or do we see Wilder coming in with something different?
I'm praying to the boxing gods that Wilder comes in with something different. I really hope he does. I really hope he does. And from the first fight, I've always said I just want to see him do it, because I'm not a massive fan of Fury, and I appreciate and I respect all the things he's done, like come back from being 23 stone and everything like that. I love that, yeah, but I'm just really not a Fury fan, and I'd love to see Wilder. What he's doing is, I was talking to a friend the other day, Wilder's gone Rocky style, hasn't he? He's gone into the woods and he's training.
I've seen all the wood.
Yeah. I want to see him come back, and I'd love to see him stop. I'd love to see him stop Fury.
So really,
will it happen?
We could see AJ Wilder. Is that what you're saying?
I've always said that's the one I'd always want to see. I'd always love to see AJ Wilder.
And who wins that? I'm going to chuck it all out.
No, I think Wilder could. I could see that fight going down. It'd be a good fight, I think. But again, I think AJ would stop him.
Well, I ain't going to argue with you, mate. As we say, exciting times ahead with boxing. There's all sorts going on. All the shows are really picking up pace. Eddie Hearn now gone to DAZN as well. That's going to be great as well. I think the platform's just going to go up and up and up. The price. And I think great times ahead for boxing, mate. I think there's some cracking fights coming up, and as we say, one of them's yours. So really looking forward to seeing it, mate. We do a live watch along on this show. So anyone who can't tune in to watch Fite TV, whether they're abroad or wherever, we do a live watch along. We do a commentary on the fight, so people can tune in and listen to what's going on if they can't watch it. So we'll definitely be covering your fight. And mate, honestly, I wish you all the best. I think a good lad with your head screwed on, and you've got a catchy name. What else do you need?
That's it. Well, we just got to get some good looks, and we'll be all right. That's all I need.
Stay away from the Mexicans.
Yeah, I don't want no Mexicans. That's it. That's the one rule. Chris, don't ever match me up with any Mexicans if you watch this.
No, honestly, Cam, thanks for your time, mate, and I really appreciate it. And I hope you go far. As I say, I'm not afraid to say it to your face. I think you're a top bloke, and you're putting the hard work in, and you'll only get results out of hard work. You're happy. You're full of the smiles, mate, and a happy fight is a dangerous one, as I've always said. So
that's what I was going to say. A happy fight is a dangerous fight all the time.
Yeah, you go for it, mate, and you'll have our support on JG's Fight Talk, 100%.
Thank you very much.
No problem, and you take care, mate, and hopefully
you too, mate.
I'll meet you one day at one of the events.
100%. You will. You will.
You take care, mate. See you soon.
See you later, mate. Bye.
Thanks, Cam. Bye. There we go. Cav Moran, one of the best names in boxing. Love it. Just flows perfectly. Debut on the 4th of September in Brighton. All Sportinarium and on Fite TV. So you can tune in for free on Fite TV to see that one. It's going to be a cracker. Trained by Chris Boyle, doing a really good job down at that gym. Honestly, Chris, fantastic job with all the fighters down there. Hats off to you, mate. Keep up the good work. And yeah, good luck to everyone on that card on the night. As I say, if you've enjoyed it, head over to YouTube, type in JG's Fight Talk, sponsored by Rich's Boxing and Limitless Creations. Hit that subscribe button, JG's Fight Talk, subscribe, and check out the rest of the content. I'll see you all soon. Thank you.